What's up guys, welcome back to Destiny Updates. This is the final part of the 3-part series covering the big news blowout from last Sunday. This one covers some basic information about the game, some of the lore and backstory, what we know of the world or the locations we can visit, a bit of info on the music or soundtrack, and a bunch of miscellaneous info. So let's get right into it. Jason Jones said that for him, Destiny has been a 6-year odyssey, meaning that he's been working on this since 2007. He then said that the rest of Bungie started getting involved in 2009, and then went all out after Halo Reach shipped in 2010. So that means he was planning this since Halo 3 was launched, and the entire Bungie team has been working on this for almost 3 years now. They've definitely put a lot of time and thought into this. Now onto the basic backstory of Destiny. Some of this we already knew, but there's a bunch of new info as well. The Destiny world is a post-apocalyptic Earth. Humanity was in the midst of its golden age, with control of the entire solar system. Everything was hopeful. Then something knocked them down and tried to stamp them out. What it was exactly we don't actually know. Perhaps trying to discover what happened will have a core role in the plot. Anyways, now humanity has been nearly wiped out, but they were saved by the protection of the Traveler, a giant white globe that now hovers over the last safe city on Earth. Nothing is really known about this mysterious orb, except that it saved the human race, by sacrificing itself according to legend, and that it grants the Guardians, which is us the players, special powers. Now the last safe city is a place where humanity's greatest minds have come together, and over time, the humans regained their technological advances, and once again ventured into the wilds and the planets of our solar system. Except now, alien monsters seek to stamp out humanity, and it's up to us, the Guardians, to stop them and keep Earth safe. From what we know so far, it seems we'll be able to travel to all of the planets in our solar system, as well as our moon. Destiny's plot is likened to a series of novels, where each installment has self-contained stories as it goes through the course of its planned 10-year lifespan. So I could be wrong, but that kinda sounds like each Destiny game won't be an exact continuation of the previous one. Instead, they may focus on slightly different time periods within the same setting, or something along those lines. Bungie narrative director, Joseph Staten, noted that one lesson that's critical is that the most important stories we tell aren't going to be told by us. They're going to be told by the players, their personal legends built from shared adventures. So what I gathered from that is that he's basically saying that the experiences of the players are going to be bigger than the stories written by Bungie. Also, as said before in part 2, the Guardians, as in the players, get to wield some of the Traveler's power. Staten said you could call it magic. However, we currently have no explanation as to how this power works or anything about it really. All we have is this concept art here showing a Warlock, who is the mage type class, using what must be one of his powers. Moving on to what we know of the Destiny world. So we know that Destiny takes place on Earth, with this last city being the center of attention. It seems that extraterrestrial exploration on other planets throughout our solar system will also play a major role. Bungie art director Christopher Barrett also shared some of the locales we'll be able to visit in Destiny. Starting with locations on Earth, we have Cosmodome Breach, the ruins on the edge of the European Dead Zone, and the swamps of Old Chicago. All that was given is the names. I have no idea what these places are. Now onto other places in our solar system. We have derelict fleets floating in the rings of Saturn, the Earth Moon's Hellmouth, the uncharted depths of Reef, giant obsidian pyramid ships, mile-long tomb ships, and much more. Now a few of these areas we have some concept art which I just showed, whereas the others I have no idea. I mean, what the hell is an obsidian pyramid ship? We'll just have to wait and see. The article also mentions the ancient ruins of a city on Mars. I don't think it was anything super big or important though, just some ruins left over from the Golden Age. Another thing is that the moon is said to be broken. As you can see in this concept art, there's hunks of rocks just floating around, and the moon's crust appears to be all cracked and messed up. So how exactly a moon gets broken, I don't know. Perhaps we'll find out later or maybe in-game. It's also worth noting that Bungie says they've created more concept art for this game alone than all of their other games put together. Now to me, that's pretty amazing. 10 years of working on Halo, and yet Destiny already has more just for the first installment? Anyways, onto what we know of music. The music for Destiny is composed by Marty O'Donnell, who is of course the composer for all of the Halo games, except for Halo 4. He's also still assisted by Mike Salvatore, who worked on the Halo scores. And believe it or not, they're joined by Paul McCartney from the Beatles. So that's pretty cool. Still, I doubt Paul will be working on the entire score, probably just small sections. The music is also being recorded by a 106-piece orchestra in London at Abbey Road Studios. It's interesting to note that the Halo 4 soundtrack, although not composed by Marty, was also recorded at Abbey Road Studios, but with only a 50-piece orchestra. so I imagine that having such a large orchestra will really add to the depth and complexity of the music. It was also stated that they already have 50 minutes of the soundtrack recorded and done, and Marty also said that he is no longer restricted and that the tracks are as long as they need to be, with most of the songs clocking in between 5 and 7 minutes, versus the 1 to 3 minutes he had to stick to for the Halo soundtracks. Now why he was restricted to a certain length for the Halo tracks, I'm really not sure, but longer sounds great to me. And personally, I think Marty is probably the best composer in the video game world, so I can't wait to hear more of the Destiny soundtrack. So that's it for the music, and that's really all the big news from last Sunday. There's just a few miscellaneous things I thought I'd mention. The first one being that pre-orders are now open through various major retailers, along with a couple pre-order bonuses. If you pre-order through GameStop, you get this awesome double-sided poster, and for Amazon you'll get a download for an exclusive Destiny wallpaper. Now of course the poster sounds a lot better than a wallpaper, but whatever. Personally I would still hold off on pre-ordering just yet though, because for one we don't even have a release date yet, and also we don't know if the pre-order bonuses may change or if other retailers may get more. Plus we haven't heard anything about a special edition yet, which I'm sure they'll be making. Next is that Bungie.net is gearing up for Destiny with updates to the front page and a Destiny category on the site. Also, Destiny has its own official website now, called destinythegame.com. You can also find them on pretty much every social network under the same name, except for YouTube where it's just Destiny Game rather than Destiny the Game. Also, the Bungie store is now stocking some Destiny gear, with a couple of t-shirts, some posters, and other miscellaneous things. I gotta say I quite like this shirt, showing the Traveler with the city's outline beneath. Also, quick note, I think that image may be the official logo of the city, because I've seen it popping up and it just kinda seems like it would make sense. And the last little thing, the official Destiny wallpaper is out, and I'll put a link for that in the description. I'm using it myself, I think it looks pretty sweet, so go ahead and download that if you want. So that's it for this update. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Please consider giving the video a like if you found it enjoyable or helpful, because I do put a lot of work into these. And of course, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest Destiny news. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.